Well, it's time to start the show.
Welcome to the Porches Podcast. This is the Crystal Pears, the big game, Port Adelaide versus West Coast Eagles. This is the round 18 game on Sunday twilight at 4 o'clock. So Port Adelaide fans, get ready for a big win on Sunday afternoon. Fingers crossed that we are celebrating Sunday evening with a win. It's just well and truly needed for morale at the club. I really want to see an opportunity for the players to get their mojo going against a team like West Coast where they can do that. And we've seen it in other weeks and we just want to see it. And if for nothing else now, the team on the day is a bunch of individuals. Yes, I know they've got to play like a team. Do they have anything for the team goal? No, as I said, finals are over, but there's still so much to play for. The competitive nature of a player in general should be there just to beat the other opposition. And you should just want that in general. You should really want to play for each other. There's still so much to play for as we see 7 weeks. This might be the last 7 weeks that you're playing alongside Travis Boak. So would you want to just play awesome for him? And obviously, if you do care for the coach, you've got 7 more weeks potentially under Ken Hinkley. So still so much to play for. Definitely want to, for pride, etc., you really want to beat the West Coast Eagles. The teams are in, guys, and as we saw from the game last week, we lost a few players, and unfortunately, we've had some forced changes with 3 injuries from that game. Radagalier, who was in my Crystal Pear predictions for the best defender, he was out barely before the game even started. We lost Sam Pepper to a knee injury that he'll be out for hopefully not too long, in the fact that he'll be playing sometime, I'm hearing already now, middle of next year. That'll be pretty safe that he'll be playing, so that's great. And Vicentini as well. So forced changes, we bring in Ollie Lord, Will Lorenz, and Marnie Liddy gets another game. So we're playing the West Coast Eagles on Sunday afternoon. This is a twilight game, round 18. It was so disappointing to lose Vicentini and Radagalier so early in the game. So obviously not only just losing them early in the game is tough, but losing them for this next 7 games creates a bit of a hole in certain areas of our game, especially like in the midfield. So we've still got Sweet as their ruck, and he steps up now, but Ollie Lord is the tall forward that replaces Vicentini. And then we obviously have a forward there missing in Sam Pepper. We miss a midfielder in Vicentini, and we miss a defender in Radagalier. So there was 3 positions where there is definitely a bit of a gap or a loss, a vacuum, and call it what you like, that the side misses out on. And so but there's opportunities with that. So I'd like to see Zerk Thatcher really step up, because we don't have Radagalier, so he needs to really have a big 7 games. The midfield all needs to step up in general, but obviously Ollie Lord, hopefully he can play a role in that forward line and help with the ruck. Sweet needs to step up now without Vicentini there, and then obviously looking at our forward line without Sam Pepper, who's going to be doing that grunt, who's going to be doing the tough work. So we need to kind of see who can do that in that forward line, and Boak and Burn Jones. Boak goes into moves up to a bit of a forward line role there. I'm seeing in the half forward line on the team sheet. Great to see Ollie Lord back. I really hope he gets a good run now for the rest of the season. Will Lorenz as well. Hopefully again he gets a good run. Marnie Liddy, it's a real bonus for him. So hopefully as well for him that he is playing very good football on the day and he keeps his spot. Let's get less injuries in this game. That's probably the thing that I really want to see out of this game more than anything else, is just no injuries. That, and just make sure we at least get the win. So, yeah, guys, we're losing, as I said, 3 players, but they're all injured. So there's no changes to the SANFL side. The SANFL team is playing on Saturday afternoon. No big injuries from the AFL side as such. But we get another look at some of these other players that need to get a good run, and obviously the SANFL team is playing on Saturday afternoon with 7 games to go. We really want to see some individuals impress for next season, so that's another good run. Let's beat the Double Blues on Saturday afternoon. All right, guys, Crystal Pears. Well, Port Adelaide, I think I'm going to say Port Adelaide win, of course, and I think they're going to celebrate big time. Well, look, I'm going to tip Port Adelaide by a whopping margin of 80 points. I reckon Port Adelaide by a big 80-point margin. It's a big one, this one, so Port Adelaide to win. For the forward line, I cannot go past my favourite at the moment, Jack Lukosius. Two enormous goals, plus obviously 3 goals on the weekend, but 2 big long bombs. This guy is exciting, and fingers crossed he has a ripper on the weekend, and I think he can. I think he can expose West Coast backline, and let's see if in front of the faithful that Jack Lukosius can kick a bag full of goals. That'd be exciting. My midfield, I'm putting it on Jason Horne-Francis just to tear up and have a ripper. Have an absolute ripper. Time to have 31 touches, just like the 31 plus, as you're seeing Connor and Zach have last week. Yeah, time to have a big game, have a big influence on the game. Even if Jason doesn't get as many touches, but gets up forward and kicks a couple of goals and just has a real heavy influence in the game, that would be well and truly something that I think well and truly due. It feels like that. Feels like it's due for him, and I think the fans would love to see it against the West Coast Eagles. In the defence, yeah, I reckon Alia. It is again a moment of time for him with Radigalia out now. Step up, lead that back line, and have a heavy influence, have a real heavy influence on the result of the game. So, Lear for me to be the top defender. All right, guys, thank you very much again for supporting the Porches podcast. And with that, on game day, go and follow this guy, Craig Jones, on our Porches Facebook page. So Craig is here, as you can see, if you're watching the podcast. He's celebrating big time at one of our games there, and yeah, so our Facebook page, he will be doing some live stuff again as usual, and it was a lot of fun doing it on the weekend against Brisbane. So it's good to have Craig back. Look, everyone looking out there at the ground, if you're there, look out for Craig with the fedora, and he is going to give you all the updates live as it is, on Facebook. Thanks very much for listening. Thanks very much for watching. Until next time, go the power.
There it is! It's all over! Port Adelaide! They had the power to win! And they could never